Hello, gorgeous souls. I am Lady Stars on Fire. My real name is Michelle Espinosa. This is your weekly healing messages for, what is this, Halloween. This is for October. And I'm going to do it for 2 weeks, not for one. Because of the energies that are coming in right now. See, when I first went to do the healing messages this week, this is going to be for October 1st through the 14th. When I first went to do the healing messages today, it's funny because I'd been sitting out on my balcony and it had been quiet, all nice and sweet and quiet. And of course, I knew inside of me I was supposed to come here to all of this to do the healing messages. But I was feeling a little bit lazy about it, so I was like, I'm going to do it on the balcony. See, universe has a funny way of doing things. Because it was quiet until I got the camera and was ready to do the video, and then all the children and everybody came out. The reason I'm explaining that to you is because there is an ebb and a flow to everything. For positive and negative. Sorry, it's hot. And when you're in flow with what is going on, you're actually in the correct synchronicity. Things flow. And when you're not, you're off the path, and you have to work harder to figure out what you got to do to get back on the right path. Several of us don't even know what our path is. But this is about getting in with the flow. See, I couldn't do the video at home because I wasn't in synchronicity. I knew where I needed to be. So I just packed up and I came down here. Now, the flow goes for everything, good and bad. Positive and negative. They are both equally charged. I'm sorry, I can't tell if you can even see me. They are both equally charged. And there's a balance to that. Look at the water. See, it's not looking healthy right now. I mean, let's really look. All of this nasty algae and shit. And I had to crawl around all of these rocks so that I could get to it. Because this is the toxic stain washing out. And that has a lot to do with everything that is going on with this month. You see, Halloween, October, is known to be the harvest. It's when we start to bring everything in, we pack it up, we make sure in the olden days, back in ancient times, this is when we would, collect the harvest and make sure that, we have what we need for the winter. But what most people don't realize is October on a soulful level is the harvest of the soul. I mean, why do you think the veil thins? You're harvesting your soul. You're harvesting your truths. You're harvesting parts of your dormant energies that you did not know were even parts of you. You're cleaning the stain. There is an ebb and flow to everything. It's like the sands of time. And a parts of you that other parts of you that another one bites the dust. This energy is basically what you are feeling right now. I don't feel like being revved up because this is an energy of contemplation, of deep self-discovery that helps us move forward into the winter. It helps us to acknowledge who we are, what we have moved forward with, how healthy we are or unhealthy we are, where the stain has gotten in and needs to be cleaned. It's harvesting of the soul so that you come into a new balance and can carry yourself through the winter in a healthy way. It's the ebb and flow of understanding parts of you die, parts of you birth. This has everything to do with what is going on this month. This month is going to be a very powerful month. And I'm only giving you the first 2 weeks. This month is going to be a very powerful month. And part of it is going to move very fast, but you are going to need your rest. You are going to need your soul time. You are going to need your self-love time. See, so many people are, I've in the idea of the fact that Pluto is going direct on the 3rd. And that Saturn just went direct. So everything's going to start moving forward, and it will if you're in the flow. If not, there's going to be some more treacherous times that you're going to sift through knee deep in the water to get rid of the stain so that you can move forward in a healthy way. See, people always want to talk about Pluto and Saturn, the rules, laws, boundaries, and now that not even Pluto and Saturn, all of your planets, when they go direct, it's forward movement, and it is forward movement, but you have to remember, they're both in shadow. They're both still looking at the stain. They're looking at what has to be replaced, what has to be shifted and corrected before they can truly move forward. Pluto, when it goes direct, is the only planet that doesn't actually start focusing outwardly, because Pluto always focuses inwardly. It is death, decay, and destruction for renewal, rebirth, regeneration, asking you to build a new platform and a new foundation that will last lifetimes. Saturn is helping it understand what lasting lifetimes means by acknowledging where you're not in the flow, where you're actually harming yourself, and you're still carrying the stains instead of the healthy rebirth. Pluto is, when it goes direct, it, in all intents and purposes, all it's going to do is stop whipping your ass and start relaxing and allowing Saturn to do what Saturn needs to do. Because when Pluto was in retrograde, it's all about this shit has to change now. Now it's done pointing its fingers. It's done. Either you heard the message or you didn't. Now it's up to Saturn to redirect it. See, but everybody's talking about this like that's the most important thing right now. That's the trickery here, because that's so not true. On the same day, on the 3rd, sorry, like I said, it's hot. On the same day, on the 3rd of October, yes, Pluto goes direct, but Mercury moves into Saturn. Not Saturn, what am I saying? Mercury moves into Scorpio. The sensitive, detective Scorpio. When we're in our emotions in Scorpio, we're in it to the nines. There's no like, maybe I'm kind of emotional. No, you're all the way emotional. And this month, like I said, on the 3rd, Mercury moves into Scorpio. On the 8th, Venus moves into Scorpio. Venus is not love. I don't know how many times I could say that. Venus is your sensitivity for all the right and the wrong reasons. She tells you what you love, why you love it, what you like, and how to communicate that in positive ways. But she also tells you what she hates, what hurts her, what is keeping her in resentful energy, and why it hurts and why she hates it. It's sensitivities for the mind, the body, the spirit, all of it. I mean, there's a reason why so many people have been feeling ill. You're cleaning the stain. And it's not about to stop. Because you have the full moon that's going to come in Aries. Holy shit, the full moon on the 13th is going to come in Aries. And you're building all of this energy up to that full moon at this time. Aries has Chiron in it and Medusa, which is Eris. And it's directly across in opposition of the sun and Mars. This is your sacral chakra. This is your core of how you feel about yourself, finding your inner power. This is where your inner warrior meets your inner belly dancer. This is confidence. The warrior can't take on its warrior job if it doesn't have confidence. Inner passion, action, aggression, fire. Your sacral chakra is all about how you feel about yourself. When you look in the mirror and you look at yourself and you're like, yeah. Versus when you look in the mirror and you're like, what the fuck just happened here? And let's face it, we all have those days. This is coming into how we feel about ourselves, how our creativity is about ourselves, which ultimately brings us back to our inner emotional security and our power. Embracing our power again. Authenticity. Depths of self. Identification. Finding security in self and confidence. Chiron is the wounded healer in Aries. Aries is an alpha point. It's a new beginning, but it's full of me first energy, and it's looking directly across, mirroring energies of these relationships of what you need to realize about yourself that needs to heal. I'm not saying that the relationships are all ooey gooey, soft and chewy and perfect. Most likely they're not. But the reason they're not is being in the flow with realizing the vibrational healing that is going on the planet. That's trying to push you into a new level of awakening, a new level of ascension, a new level of spiritual immaturity and growth. But it is definitely pointing out mirrors from Chiron's, the wounded healer, in your own self-awareness, your personality, your identification of what you're not aware of that needs healing. And the only way it can show you is through these relationships. Now, it's up to you to acknowledge if you're getting a mirror image, shadow image that is being taught to you prior to this full moon, or if it's just a bad relationship and you need to know that it's time to leave. Because if it's a mirror image and you're honestly being honest with one another, there is capabilities of healing it. We are still in Libra season. But Scorpio is asking you, what are the responsibilities in the relationships? As well as your responsibility to the relationship. And the relationship must always start off with yourself. Understand that on Halloween Day, Mercury goes retrograde, which means approximately around the time of that full moon, Mercury is going into shadow. In Scorpio, incredibly sensitive over detective energies. You can definitely blow things out of proportion if you are looking to try to blow things out of proportion. Sensitivities are going to be on an all-time alert, and you're going to be feeling it mature and grow right up until that full moon in Aries on the 13th. This is the time of soul depth, soul searching, soul stirring. Get away from the stain. Allow the sands of time to cleanse it and blow it out of your system. Take some time to love yourself and realize your own depths of truths. And then within that, what you want to do with the relationships that are in your life. Because you might be learning something brand new about yourself. Like I said, it's your own personal evolution. I love you guys. Bye.